Its pattern in a correlation setting. Its high direct locations into position of measure. Release and high interference location of conversion. Conversion line positions of pi is of its signals. It's open in all line center rotation. So to understand the set lines into your Earth perception location has to reach a certain frequency. The frequency centers of Vega. Vega comes into set location high triangles. Triangles in set location high division. Center communication line interference in direct locations. It's all in a rotation cycle. Now the line position comes into gamma sigma. Now the sigma line position magma sets line locations into omega. Omega in correlation system sets line direct locations into its position. So 4 sets. Take it on stability, now rotation and interference in direct locations. Bring it back in correlation. Now, when you understand the 9-month period, its position locations coming into the birth line setting. This rotates its position location of track lines. This opens all line information locations. Now, putting you guys into all levels here in your 20 line rotations, coming into new ground setting. And that's 20 overlying rotations and securities, perimeters, and parameters. This one line the instability. Just try to write. Okay, so the recognition of 12 DNA is in a rotation spin. The axon, the core line center, is to the inner to the outer core line rotation, is coming into a position of its transformation. Now, the frequency line setting is going to change the recognition line setting to levels of 6, 7, and 8, equaling positions of 9. The 9 central system is the position location to its 9-month period. Now, that 6 over pi sets lines of time sector times lines times over factor. That positions its calculations to all levels of timeline sequence, putting everybody in a correlation system of one line setting in all division. Now, setting position line directions. Going into the high center interference is really direct locations and how you see yourself in your perception line stream locations. So once you understand the position lines, it's like kind of like looking at a manual and trying to stand the itinerary through location line system. So you get a graph line stream line into one line setting, okay, in rotations to 2-line vibrational graph line stream line setting, in set locations into another video graph line interference in set locations, in position of 4 generation string lines, another graph line rotations in set locations, and you come in a 5 generation line setting in high setting. So the 5 line setting line positions into 5 locations, okay? 5 locations comes into 6 line setting, okay? Sets line position locations into 7 locations, 7 line setting in position of 8 line setting rotations. Now this is where it comes into 8 equal line conditions of north line comes into 9 settings. The 9 sets up an energy wash of a rotation spin in high lines of a holographic line of mutation setting. Now the rotation spin cycle sets line communication. So what's happening with the Earth perception lines, so the green lines of the sky grid line rotation interference, it's mutating into a transformation valve. That valve has come into its hive. Now that's 4 trimesters of its position locations to its coven that sets line position location of its directions to your Earth perceptions of screen settings. The screen setting in the rotation spin cycle sets line communications to its set line interference and set location to its God particle. The Senate communication system puts everybody back into the pieces and puzzles to togetherness. This line interference of unity of consciousness puts everybody in a line stream and set line in rotations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 graph line streamline settings. So once you're in the line rotation interference, it comes into all levels of blocking channels, setting line rotations in its direct locations. Understand the mutations and transformation line settings of realms of wormhole correlation settings. You see the block line setting rotations. Well, that lines its circle line rotations and turns it into its hive. Hive lines of Mother Earth sets a new transformation. Well, set line position locations, high set location of its travel location.